Good morning, natural gas. It's Wednesday, June the 17th, 2026. I'm Tim Beggans, president of Elk Trading Company. And for today's spot July natural gas contract, we're down. We're currently trading at $3.1280, down 11.1 cents or 3.43%. And as you can see right now, we are just bouncing back and forth around the 13 and 48 period exponential moving averages. The RSI has turned lower. What's going on? Let's take a look at the hourly chart. Well, we bounced right off of first resistance here at 329.60 here. Got to get my handle right. And as you can see, I've marked here the 50% between the daily pivot, which came in today at 321.1 and that 329.60. What happened? You touched that first resistance. You went back through 50% level between those 2 points. And of course, you're now pushing down through the daily pivot, through first support, and now pressing towards second support at 307. The RSI is turning lower. Let's take a look at the headlines. Well, this is JKM here, and it's down 3.23%. The RSI has turned to the negative. As you can see, the same thing, same pattern is also with the TTF marker here. And again, this is only down right now 1.73% here. As you can see, the RSI is also pointing lower. Why? The Iran war is supposedly over. We don't know if that's the case, but that's what's moving the headlines here for crude, TTF, and JKM. Let's take a look at ERCOT today. Expected load here just below 79,000 megawatts, but renewables are kicking back in again. Wind is going to kick in later this afternoon. Solar is still supposed to make it close to 30,000 megawatts in the grid. And here's the fuel mix. As a result, natural gas is down to 33% of the fuel mix here. It's lost about 10,000 megawatts of output from yesterday. And let's take a look at the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook. And again, the same pattern around Chicago here, all the way down towards St. Louis is below or near normal. Everywhere else is slightly above. The West Coast, in particular, the interior is above normal. Same thing for Florida, starting to get very warm toward Miami. And here is the heat risk. As you can see right now, we do have some heat risk across the southern tier of the country. And this continues pushing toward the east as we get into tomorrow. And then it starts to dissipate. It starts to dissipate as we get into the weekend, and then starts to build again on Sunday in Texas, Oklahoma, and parts of Florida. This extends all the way over into the Carolinas, back up into Virginia and Delaware here as we get into Monday. And then we start seeing some extreme heat risk start poking back in here again along the southern tier of the country. Why? It's going to get hot and it's going to be humid because we've got tropical weather, and we'll take a look at that. Here is the weather for the United States. We're using the European model. As you can see, this is starting June 24th here. That's right around that 8 to 10-day forecast. And as you can see, even on the European model, the interior parts of the West, the desert Southwest here, Phoenix 107, Tucson 104, interior parts of the Central Valley of California 104, 105, and it looks like Nevada 110 for lost wages. As we move through the forecast period here again, that same pattern continues. We start seeing warmer temperatures along the southern tier of the country, but the northern tier, Chicago, New York, Boston, staying relatively cooler than average here. So we've got 90s in Texas as we get to the end into July. This pushes us toward the July 4th holiday weekend, typically very low demand. So if we can't rally here soon, we're unfortunately going to be heading south into expiration. And here's the tropical update. This is basically number one here. We don't have it named yet. Cyclone number one here. The low is coming off the coast of Texas here, off the city of Victoria. The thunderstorms are all forming to the east. And where are they heading toward? New Orleans. Yes, they'll flush out Bourbon Street. Probably a good idea. But this is where the Henry Hub is, off the coast of Louisiana. So that means there's going to be dampened demand in this space. And here's the spaghetti plot. Yes, it's moving back over into Louisiana. Again, thunderstorms are to the right. and below it, as you can see, heading to New Orleans and then pushing into parts of the south. They could use it because the drought is still making things difficult. And here is the mid-Atlantic. This is the Saharan air layer. There's no storms expected here for the next 7 days. As a result, anything that we're going to expect to see is from Panama all the way back up into the Gulf of America, because the mid-Atlantic is going to be diminished because of this Saharan dust. And let's take a look at Europe. And this is at the end of the forecast period into July the 3rd. And as you can see, it's starting to be warmer. This is the anomaly map here. And this is warm temperatures from Spain all the way back up into Poland and Belarus, as you can see, even up into Scandinavia. How about storage for the EU? 45% full. Not bad, but it's still just slightly above its bare minimums here at 43.3%. The injections are still staying the same. As you can see here, we get injections through about the mid part of August and they start to decline. So we really got to step on the gas. Who is in particular in trouble? Well, let's take a look. Great Britain, for one, is really now at new minimal lows here. What else is going badly? Well, the Netherlands here, same thing, below minimum levels here. And then Belgium is also looking at just above minimum levels here. So overall, the EU, okay, but we've got some problem children out there. They've got to hurry up and start doing some storage injections. Maybe the opening of the Strait of Hormuz can help them. But this fall, the Europeans have got to start outbidding the Asians. Good luck. And here is Asia. As we get through the forecast period, again, this is the temperature anomaly map. It actually shows cooler temperatures here across the eastern provinces of China, parts of the Koreas, and Japan as we get into late June and to early July. So this is a mixed bag for Asia. And let's take a look at the LNG. This is Sabine Pass. Golden Pass is right here. Nothing loading yet, but Sabine Pass, all 3 docks are loading. That's pretty good news. Everywhere else has got just 1 vessel. And let's take a look at Cameron, where there is 1 vessel loading right now. It is currently about 92 to 93% utilization. That's good news. It's been very steady. Here is Creole Trail feeding Sabine Pass. That's one of the pipelines. As you can see, very little capacity open left right now. Why? Because they've got 3 vessels loading there. They've got to get all the gas they can put into LNG and then onto the ships. And here is Corpus Christi, also doing quite well here, almost at full utilization. So this is good news for Corpus Christi, where there is 1 tanker loading right now. Freeport, well, there is 1 also loading here. And as you can see, they've gotten up to about 1.842 BCF into the grid right here for Freeport LNG. And this is Cameron. This is feeding Calcasieu Pass here. And as you can see right now, there's still some capacity open for Venture Globals. They do have 1 vessel loading at that facility right now. Also 1 vessel loading at Plaquemines here, or over nameplate capacity over 4 BCF. And here's Golden Pass. It's starting to ramp up, folks, stabilizing here. This is about 480,000 MMBTUs. That's over half of its total capacity, between 800 and 850,000 MMBTUs. This is good news because Train 2 is supposed to be operational, or at least trying to be, by the end of the year. And let's take a look at the U.S. nuclear fleet. We are currently 1.1 gigawatts are offline. We've only got 3 units that are in some sort of maintenance or refueling. The biggest one here, Fermi, at 17%. As you can see, Waterford only 6%, and St. Lucie at 3.5%. So the U.S. nuclear fleet is ready for summer, should it show up. And here's the stocks. This is the oil and gas E&P sector. Stocks between $2 and $10 billion and have a high short float. And as you can see right now, it's a mixed bag, almost unchanged for the day. And let's take a look again, recapping here for the spot July natural gas contract. We're currently trading at $3.1320, down 10.7 cents or 3.33%. The RSI is turning lower. Again, we're targeting here for the hourly. Next support at 307, but the RSI is trying to stabilize here. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.